Hi everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be reviewing two Charlotte Tilbury products for you. And I've had these kind of sitting around in a box that I ordered around Christmas time because she had a big sale and even her bundles were on sale. So often she bundles products together and you can get them at a discounted price, a little bit off of each product when you purchase them as a bundle, but she also has sales on her bundles at various times of the year. And I find that her sales do happen pretty often, but I haven't noticed a pattern yet. I'm watching so I can figure out the pattern of her sales, how often she has them, if she does have a pattern, because it's good to know. So I was late to the game trying Charlotte Tilbury products. She's been around for years and years now, and I've heard Nisha talk about her. Has seen Dominique Saxey and G Hot and Flashy and various other YouTubers talk about Charlotte Tilbury products. But I thought, oh, I love Lancome, or I was just being too loyal to the brands that I was using all the time, and I wasn't going out and trying new products. So about a year ago, I started trying Charlotte Tilbury, and oh my goodness, I became obsessed because her aesthetic to me is so different from what I'm used to. Her whole aesthetic is youthfulness, plumping, sheer, accentuating your beauty without masking it. You know, sometimes products can look too opaque or too, like you look too finished when you're done, when you have a full face of makeup. But with Charlotte Tilbury, she makes it so easy to get a really glowy, youthful look using a full face of makeup. And it's very long wearing. And I think that she really thinks about the mature woman and older skin. All her products seem to be created for mature women, in my opinion. Everything I've tried is just so flattering. And she's about our age, or somewhere. She's middle-aged like most of us. So yeah, she really takes it into consideration. So I really do want to support her too. So I have a couple of products that I purchased during the holiday sale, and I did mention it, and I was going to do an unboxing kind of haul, but I thought that it would actually be more beneficial to you if I try the products and then review them for you, because I'll have more thoughts. So I'm going to be reviewing two products for you. I'm going to be reviewing the Beautiful Skin Foundation, which she released about a year ago, not quite a year ago, or maybe about this time last year. And it was a replacement for her Magic Foundation. And I don't know if it was an actual replacement, but when she released this, she discontinued her Magic Foundation. So to me, I think it's a replacement. And I do have mine in the shade 3N. It retails for $46 and comes in 30 shades. I did not pay $46 for mine because I got it on sale, and I would recommend that you do the same, or wait for the Sephora sale, or just watch her website, or get it with a bundle of other products because you'll save some money that way too. But it's $46, so it's not an inexpensive foundation. It does give you a medium buildable coverage and a radiant and glowy finish, and it claims to give you 16 hours of wear. So I'll tell you more about this foundation as I'm using it and applying it. And I have used it before, so I have some thoughts about it. And I'm also going to be reviewing another product that was a limited edition product a few years ago. And I saw some people reviewing it on YouTube, and I read some reviews. And by the time I finally decided to try it, it wasn't available anymore. It was limited edition. And what it was the Lip and Cheek Glow, and it comes in two shades: the Color of Dreams, which is like a rosy lighter shade, and the Color of Passion, which is like a deeper berry shade. And it looks like this. It comes in a little compact, and she re-released it. And I don't know if it's here to stay or if it's just for a limited time, but it's still available. And as soon as I saw that it was available, I really, really wanted to get it. So this I purchased in a bundle with an Eyes to Mesmerize pot in the shade Rose Gold. And let me tell you, it is so worth it. They're so beautiful together. So I'm going to review this for you as well, and I'll apply them. I'll tell you what I'm thinking as I'm applying them. I'll give you some final thoughts, and let's just have some fun reviewing a couple of Charlotte Tilbury products. Let's start by sharing with you the claims on the Charlotte Tilbury's website for this particular foundation. It claims to impart a beautiful, healthy glow and leave long-term skincare benefits. And how it does that is through the ingredients. So high up in the ingredient list, you'll have brightening rose complex, and you'll have hydrating hyaluronic acid. It plumps with coconut fruit extract, which isn't coconut oil, so it won't clog up your pores. It will just improve your skin's ability to hold water and keep your skin looking fresh. And the next claim is that it will last for 16 hours of wear. It is vegan and cruelty-free. When I looked over the ingredient list, some of the other things that I noticed is that it has rose flower water, apple fruit water, pretty high, and that just helps with the overall moisturizing benefits. It has some glycerin. It does have some olive oil midway through the ingredient list, and olive oil, most people can handle that on their skin, and I think it's in a very minute amount, but it does have a little oil in it. It does have a lot of fruit extracts, and they claim that it will plump your skin 181%, and it will also brighten your skin 166% more than it is already. And how it does that is the rose complex will brighten, and it will plump with the coconut fruit extract and other fruit and floral extracts in the ingredient list or in the foundation. So that's the claim. I did try this foundation once before and I liked it. I thought it was a nice foundation. So I have used this foundation a couple of times before and I really liked it. And I typically don't like foundations that are radiant or dewy due to my oily combination skin type, but this one is pretty good. So I do like the convenient packaging. It comes in a tube, which is nice and convenient. It looks like Charlotte Tilbury's typical logo, and it has a nice top on it and a pump inside. And I'm gonna pump a little bit out so you can see how it looks when it comes out. So it isn't a super watery foundation, but it's not super thick either. As you can see, it is starting to run a little bit. It does have a slight scent of apples, very slight. So there is a tiny bit of the apple fragrance in it from the apple fruit extract. And what I think I'm gonna do is apply one side of my face with a sponge and the other side of my face with a brush, just to see the difference. When I've used it in the past, I've always used a brush. So I thought I would try it with a sponge too today. All right, I got my hair off my face, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use a damp beauty sponge and take what I squirted out onto my hand and just dab this around this side of my face. And I always put my foundation on my eyelids and around my eyes too. I don't often use concealer. Sometimes I do, but I find that when I apply my foundation this way, it kind of just takes care of anything I've got going on around my eyes too, so I don't need to always go in with a concealer. So I like that. I just kind of skip that step. I did put about half another pump more for the side of my face. So that was like 1.5 pumps. Okay, so I used that one pump and another like half pump to cover this side of my face. And I have my jumbo magnified mirror here, and I like the way it looks right out of the gate. Look how glowy that is, as opposed to my other face, side of my face. It did give me coverage. I have freckles here and obviously on the other side too. And it didn't completely conceal them, but it just sort of blurs and just makes everything look a little bit better. And I definitely love the glow. Very nice. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side of my face with my brush. And I really like that this pump, you can disperse as little as you want or as much as you want with a full pump, but you can, it starts to come out very little as you press on the pump, so you just get what you need, as opposed to some products where no matter what, you just get a full pump and then you kind of waste product, and I don't like that. Okay, I have my Artis Oval 7 brush and I'm just gonna do the same thing, except with the brush. And as I'm applying it, I do notice that the brush leaves some streaks as I'm applying it, but I'm not worried about that because this brush buffs and I can go over it and it will really buff it in. But I'm noticing right out of the gate, it did kind of look a little bit streaky. And I'm also noticing as I look in the magnifying mirror that the brush side doesn't look as glowy as the side of my face with my sponge. And I find that very interesting because I'm convinced that products that have hyaluronic acid always do a little bit better with a moist beauty sponge. I think it's because you are adding that little bit of moisture to the product with the hyaluronic acid, and it can, you know, it can absorb that water or that moisture. I think that that is why they look better with a sponge. But I don't know if you can see. A little bit glowier on the sponge side. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just take the teensiest bit more on the sponge and just kind of go over that because I wanna have that glow that I have on the other side of my face. And plus, since it is a teensy bit streaky, I think it's just, it looks a little bit nicer when you pounce a sponge over it. Okay, I think I brought both sides of my face up to speed, so it's glowy on both sides, and I do have the same amount of coverage. So I'm gonna let you take a look. So I'm noticing that my skin does have a slightly tacky feel. It's not like when I use like my soft matte foundation from NARS or like Double Wear or my Tint Idol from Lancome, some of my favorite foundations where once they're applied, they're sort of just like, it's like there's nothing on your skin. And it's not super tacky. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I can still kind of feel a little something sitting on my skin, but it definitely doesn't look like I have anything sitting on my skin. And I'm looking in my like really magnified mirror, and it's not like gathering up in like my fine lines or anything like that. And yeah, I really like the way it looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on my eye makeup and then share another product with you, just one more. And then I will give you my final thoughts at the end. I'm back, and the only thing I did was do my eye makeup and my brows. I didn't do anything to my face. I just left it as it was. And now I feel like the foundation feels like just like normal skin. It doesn't feel tacky or anything. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin, but it did take a little bit to kind of settle in. So yeah, I really like it still, and it's only been a few minutes, but it didn't take very long for it to just kind of dry down. So now I'm going to go in with the next product. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip and Cheek Glow, and this retails for about $40. So it isn't an inexpensive product, and it does come in two shades. It comes in the Color of Dreams, which is lighter and more rosy, and then it comes in a deeper shade, which is the Color of Passion, which is more of a deeper berry shade. I read a lot of reviews, and I decided to go with the Color of Passion because when people were applying the Color of Dreams versus the Color of Passion, so many reviewers said that the Color of Rose looks just like the Color of Passion when you build it up. And even being a very fair-skinned person, I do like my blush, so I just decided to go with a little bit deeper shade. So I got the Color of Passion. I just decided to go with the deeper shade right out of the gate because then I can use less product and it will last longer. It does come in a nice luxurious Charlotte Tilbury compact, and it does have a little mirror in here, which is nice because if you're using this as your lip product or you want to just touch up your blush, it's nice to have that little mirror there because this would fit very conveniently into your little makeup case in your purse. I'll tell you a little bit about the key ingredients. It does have raspberry leaf stem cell extract for moisturizing your lips, and it does condition your lips using vitamin E, and it leaves your lips feeling feeling very conditioned, and it is very emollient. It gives your lips a just kissed look after you apply it. And that is all from the Charlotte Tilbury website. It does have micronized powders in it and silky mica. And there's a lot of other good ingredients in it that you can read about on the Charlotte Tilbury website, but I just wrote down the key points. This is what the product looks like, the color of passion. And it has a very faint vanilla scent. And I did see that there is vanilla partway down in the ingredient list. The scent just kind of adds to the luxuriousness of the product, but it's very faint. It's not like, I hate to use Lancome as an example because I love Lancome, but some of Lancome products, the minute you open them, you're like, whoa, they're pretty perfumey. Charlotte Tilbury products, they have a very slight scent, but nothing you're really going to notice unless you're looking for it. And so I did just kind of rub my finger through the product. It does have a very kind of tacky feel, which is different from a lot of cream blushes that I use. And that's what it looks like. And so what I think I'm going to do is apply it with my fingers on one side, and then I'm going to apply the other side with a stippling brush and see how it does. So I'm just going to apply it to my cheeks like so. I might have to put a little bit more on this cheek. And as you can see, it's very kind of berry or rosewood. And if you've been following any of the TikTok trends, like my daughters do, the cold girl aesthetic is really popular right now. And I think this product is perfect for achieving that look of being out in the cold and having that healthy glow on your skin. So that's my initial thoughts about this product. And then you can just kind of like tap it in. I do like that it is very emollient, a little bit tacky, like I said, but so easy to blend out with your fingers. And since I want to impart that cold girl look, I'm just going to kind of put it like up here a little bit too. I didn't use any bronzer today, but I'm going to use this just to kind of impart that look around on my face. Okay, so that's pretty blended in. So that's how that looks being applied with just a finger. It's sheer, it's definitely glowy, and it makes my skin look really healthy. I think it looks really natural and skin-like. I think this product would be perfect for those of you who just like to wear a tinted moisturizer or your sunblock or bare skin and put a little something on your skin to add some life, because it has enough grip. And as I'm applying it, I feel like this product will not slide around. Once it's on, it's just going to kind of settle into your skin, and you're not going to have to worry about your skin absorbing it or just kind of sliding around on your face. It's definitely in place. So that's how that looks. I think it's so beautiful. Now we're going to go in with the stippling brush, and I just have an e.l.f. small stippling brush. I like the size of this brush. It fits into the product really nicely. So I'm just going to blend out or stipple out what I've already applied. And what I'm noticing is that it didn't kind of like dry. I can still blend it very easily, even though it kind of sat on my face for a few minutes while I did the other side. And I feel like the brush is giving me a little more color. Like it's not blending it out quite as much as it did with my finger. I feel like the brush is blending the product out more, which is kind of nice, but I like a lot of blush if you watch me. And so I think I prefer to apply it with my finger because it gives me that little bit more color. And this isn't an inexpensive product, and I really don't want to use quite as much. So I'm just going to add a little more to the apple of my cheek with my finger. And I think on the Charlotte Tilbury website, she was applying it with her finger. So that might be the way that she recommends applying it. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, I think I look pretty evenly flushed. So my thoughts are that this is semi-sheer, very emollient. It doesn't dry down to a powder. So it just kind of soaks in, I don't know, it doesn't really soak into your skin, but it kind of becomes one with your skin and looks very skin-like. So it looks really nice with the beautiful skin foundation. Let me see, add a little bit more here. So it is a very convenient product. If you threw this in your purse, you could just touch up your makeup during the day using your fingers. You don't have to have a special brush or anything else like that. So now let's test this out on my lips. I am gonna go ahead and add a little lip liner, and this is Super Size Me from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just gonna line my lips and I'll be right back. Okay, so I put a little Super Size Me, and this is what it looks like in case you're wondering. It's just like kind of a nice rosy berry shade, really pretty. It kind of reminds me a little bit of MAC's Half Red, if you've ever used that. It's not red, but it's like a deeper berry. It's a deeper berry than Pillow Talk. So I thought that this one would match a little bit better with the product. So now I'm just gonna take a little bit of it with my finger and I'm gonna dab it onto my lips. And wow, look how pretty that is. Really pretty. And it feels really good. It doesn't feel overly emollient, and it still like has that little bit of tackiness, but not in a bad way. It gives you a little bit of grip like on your lips. And I have the feeling it's not going to slide around. It gives me vibes of those lip products that you can get from Glossier or PYT Beauty. A lot of, I think MAC has even recently made one where they're kind of a matte balm and you just like blot it on your lips. A blotted lipstick look, I guess is what I'm trying to describe. It gives you a blotted lipstick look. So pretty. I really like this product a lot. I haven't used this product a lot prior to making this video. I was kind of waiting. I felt the texture, put a little on my hand, but I didn't try it on my face. So this is the first time I'm really trying it on my face, and I'm very pleased. It makes me kind of want to get the color of Dreams. I think that one would be really pretty in the summer because it is lighter and rosier. But if you have a deeper skin tone, anything deeper than my skin tone, a light with warm undertones or a medium skin tone, the color of Passion would probably be the way to go for you because the color of Rose doesn't impart quite so much pigment, but it's still really beautiful. So anyways, this is a real win for me. And I think the foundation looks really good. I don't feel the need to powder it, but for the sake of this video, let's go ahead and add a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury face powder. I hope that I'm not going to be messing up this beautiful glow that I have on my skin. So I'm just taking the Charlotte Tilbury powder and a powder brush from Morphe and just kind of swirling it around in there. And I'm just going to do my T-zone. I don't want to really go over my whole face with it. I don't feel like I need to. Oh, wow, that's really pretty. But I am noticing it makes the foundation less glowy. I don't think my foundation is quite as glowy since I powdered it. And if you don't like that it's kind of removed some of the glow in the center of your face, my remedy is using a little bit of Fix Plus from MAC. The other thing that you could do is set your blush that you've applied with a little bit of highlighter rather than using powder. So I've got the MAC Hyper Real Glow palette right here, and I'm just going to take one of the powders, the lightest one. This one is a highlighter, and I'm just going to place this a little bit at the top. Oh yeah, so glowy. Okay, so that's how that looks. I just set the blush with a little bit of highlighter, and the highlighter is so light you can't see it. It doesn't impart any color other than the highlight. It's not like some highlighters where they're pink pigmented or they change the look of your blush. This won't do that. So that is with my foundation set with a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury setting powder, and then I just spritzed on a little MAC Fix Plus Prep and Prime because that helps your powder sort of meld into your skin so you don't have like that powdery look. Because if you just leave the powder and don't put, I don't know, a setting spray or something, it will look, you'll have to wait for your sebum to come in to recover that glow that you've dulled down with the powder. I think another powder that I probably should have used would have been my blot powder from MAC or Clinique. They both make a blot powder where it's a powder, but it doesn't, it's almost like those little sheets that you use to press on your face to remove oil. It doesn't leave any residue on your skin, and it also doesn't disturb the integrity of your makeup. So that, I think, is what I'll do from now on, is use the blot powder and not my Charlotte Tilbury powder because I really kind of want that glow. But I'm going to bring you in close so you can see the finished look. So this is the finished look. I feel like it is so glowy and plumping and youthful. I'm really pleased with both of these products. I will tell you that as I've worn the foundation the past couple of times, it lasts, I think, for a good 8 to 10 hours. I never go longer than that with my foundations. The claim is that it will last 16 hours. I don't know about that, but it does last for the length of time that I typically wear my foundation. It does not oxidize on my skin. It stays, the color stays true all day long, and it doesn't leave me feeling greasy, which is a really big deal for me because I have an oily T-zone and I don't like when my chin or my forehead starts to get that really shiny look. So I really like both of these products. I would recommend both of them. Charlotte Tilbury often has deals where you can make like little kits and package products together and get a little bit of a discount on each. She has some great sales, and these are two really good products that I would highly recommend. Have you tried them? And if you have, let me know what your experience has been down in the comments. Are these products that you would like to try? Let me know. I love to get your thoughts on the products that I review, so that way I can gauge what kind of videos that you like to see. So thank you for spending some time with me. I hope that you have a very blessed and beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.